Hi guys, I'm going to quickly go over the rules of this game that we're going to be playing tomorrow called Ordered Pathways. So this will just be getting you ready to play the game for tomorrow. So over here I have a random number generator, and that's just standing in place of the stack of cards that you'll have. So at the beginning of your turn, you're going to pick two numbers from the stack of cards. And so I'm going to pick two numbers from my random number generator. And I got a 6 and a 4. And now I'm going to take those numbers and I'm going to make them into any fraction, decimal, or percent that I want. So I need to think about the different possibilities that I could create, and then I'm going to put them on the pathway where I think would be a good spot. And notice that the pathway starts at 0 and goes all the way up to 3. So I'm going to be trying to create numbers in order between 0 and 3, and you'll be working only on your own pathway and your partner will be working on their pathway, and whoever finishes first wins the game. So I'm going to take this 6 and 4 and I'm going to make them into a fraction, a decimal, or a percent. By the end of the game, I need to have 3 fractions, 3 decimals, and 3%. So I also need to be keeping that in mind as I'm going along. So different possibilities that I could make out of 6 and 4. I could do 64%, I could do 46%, I could do 0.64, I could do 0.46, I could do 4/6 or 6/4. Now you have to be careful with making improper fractions that you're not getting a number that's larger than 3. So I'm going to check that. 4 goes into 6 once with 2 left over. So I'd have 1 2/4 is the same as 6/4. So that is less than 3. So I could use that. When I'm looking at my decimal numbers, I couldn't make like 6.4 or 4.6 because both of those are larger than 3. So that would not work. Sometimes people ask me if they can make percents like 6.4%. I think that that should be fine if that's what you want to do. I think I'm going to go ahead and use the fraction 6/4 so I can get a number larger than 1, and I think I'm going to put that right here on my ordered pathway. My partner would then take their turn, draw two numbers, put them on their ordered pathway as in a fraction, a decimal, or a percent, and then I would take another turn. So I'm going to draw two numbers and I get a 2 and a 9, and so I could make 29%, 92%, 0.29, or 0.92, and I think I'm going to use 92%, and I'm going to go ahead and put that right here on my ordered pathway, and my partner should just at that point check my game board and make sure that my numbers are in order. So 92% is smaller than 1. It's the same as 0.92, the decimal, and so we remember that 6/4. We might just want to write over here that that was equal to 1 2/4, so 1.5. And so 0.92 is less than 1.5, so I can see that those are in order. So you're always going to be checking each other with that. So I'm going to go ahead and fill in my game board so you can see what that would look like. Okay, so I'm going to pretend that I've gone along in my game for a while, and there's a couple things that I want to point out to you here. The first thing I want you to notice is that down here I've put 7/2, which is the same thing as 3.5 if you change that to a decimal, which is larger than 3. So my partner should have caught that and told me to erase it, that won't work. So I should definitely get rid of that. Okay, so now I have a 1 and a 7, and this is what's on my pathway. And if you look at that, I could make 71%, but 71% is less than 92%, and there are no squares open here. I could make 17%, but again, that would fall right in between the 0.16 and the 0.30, and so I can't put that in either. I could make 1/7, but that's going to be a decimal that's way less than 92% if you change that to a decimal, so 1/7 is not going to work. I could do 7/1, but that's larger than 3, so that won't work. And then my decimals, 0.17, again, is going to go right here, and 0.71 would go right here in between 43% and 92%. So I cannot place that 7 and 1 on my pathway, and so I just lose a turn. So what you want to do is try and think about how to space your numbers so that you don't end up in a situation like that and have to lose a turn. But there may be times when you will lose a turn. So I think that that should be a good introduction to how to play the game, and I hope you have fun with it tomorrow. Thanks. Bye.